Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to the video, and this is another paid request for Kyle. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal. Do have a CashApp as well. Links are down below in the info box. I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. And this is actually the first of two Kyle requests. Well, there's more, but two regarding this rapper named Nas. Because there's two albums he wanted me to talk about. This one, Illmatic, and then another one called God's Son. Now, let me just warn you guys, I am not good at doing album reviews. I am musically incompetent. I don't know shit about music in terms of the specific instruments and the instrumentations, and obviously, as you can tell, I'm a redneck that was born in Iowa, lives in Texas right now, so rap is that type of music I listen to on a daily basis, but there's still a decent amount of rap I like, sure. Gangsta's Paradise, Mom's Gonna Knock You Down, LL Cool J, Changes by Tupac. I've liked some of Kanye West stuff, I like some of Eminem stuff. So take that for what you will. Just maybe they're not stuff I listen to every day. But this is the debut album of Nas, which I'd heard of him. I think, honestly, the only thing I knew about him was he was in one of those Steven Seagal. I think it was Ticker. I think it was the movie Ticker, where he played, Nas was like a cop who gets killed early on. I think it was Ticker. I could be wrong on that. But that was really the only thing I knew about it. Actually, you know what? Let me look that up real quick. Is it? I need to look that up real quick. Because I'm going to... Yeah, it is. I was going to say. Yeah, because he was Tom Sizemore's partner in that movie. Which Ticker, I mean, that's a movie... I could go on a 20-minute tangent on that movie, Ticker. But anyway, this is his debut album. Came out in 1994. And kind of throughout the years, he became a pretty known rapper in the New York community. This is a time where you had the New East Coast versus West Coast of rap. Of course, this guy being part of the East Coast. At one point, I don't know if it was self-proclaimed or other people proclaimed he was kind of the king of New York, the rap-wise. Because he definitely rapped a lot about his experiences growing up in New York. And it's definitely, I mean, it's definitely old school with the way it sounds, with the lyrics. A lot of it talking about his upbringing and the experiences he's gone through. And if you like, old school rap, is definitely worth a listen. The Genesis has a decent beat. New York State of Mind. You know, it's funny, I wrote down the lyrics, I can't read my own shitty writing. Fate don't make it back. I got so many rhymes, I don't think I'm too sane. I never sleep, because sleep is the cousin of death. There's definitely some interesting lyrics throughout these. Like, life's a bitch, and then you die, that's why we can't hide. Well, and then you died, that's why we can't get high. Wait, then you die, that's why we can get high, because you never know when you're gonna go. I'm doing a shitty job with these lyrics, I'll say that. The one that got me was anything that references Sly Stallone's Cobra can't be all bad to me. And that's the song Ain't Hard to Tell. You're still a soldier. I'm like Sly Stallone and Cobra. Packing like a Rasta in the weed spot. These vocals will squeeze Glocks. Again. Anybody that references Sylvester Stallone's Cobra, which is one of my all-time favorites, I have to respect. I have to respect that. Yeah, never thought I would hear Sly Stone's Cobra being referenced in a rap song, but I'm all for that. So, and again, it ain't hard to tell. So I liked it just for that alone. But in New York State of Mind, I didn't mind the lyrics. I thought the lyrics had a bit more to say. Just a lot of times when people have albums, it's talk about the bitches and the drugs and the drugs and the bitches and get the bitches and the drugs and then I put my cock in the mouth and drink it down, bitch, and the bitch. This wasn't that way. It felt like there's a bit more that the guy wanted to say, which I do appreciate. That doesn't mean I like every song. Like The World Is Yours, I wasn't really big on the beat of it. But, you know, some of them were catchy, and a lot of the times it's from sampling other songs. Halftime, thought that was a catchy beat. They said Life's a Bitch. I thought that had some catchy bits. And then you die, that's why we get high, 'cause you never know when you're gonna go. And even at the end of that one, there's a little bit of a jazzy feel, because I think it's his dad. He said, hey dad, you play this instrument, which is the cornet, which is like a trumpet. Play whatever you want, like whatever feels right. And so he plays a bit of it, and I thought it kind of worked well for the end of the song, and kind of nice that he got his dad involved in there. Because I guess his dad was happy that he was doing something with his life, and in this case, music. So I thought that was kind of nice. I think he did this fairly young, too. Like, he was, what, 20 or something? Something like that. One of the songs is pretty much letters written to friends who got in jail. And like, hey, this is what's been happening since you've been in jail. And this is what's going on. And then just, you tell a lot of life experience. Hard times, hardships, and him getting through it by doing these songs. Again, would I say this is an album I re-listen to a lot? No, but at least it had a bit more to offer than just the beaches, the beaches, you know. That's what it starts sounding like with some people that do some of this shit. But at least they had a bit more merit to it. And you know what? I mean, I'll just talk about the other. I'll just put them all in one video. I'll talk about the other one too. So this is only 7 minutes. The other album, Nas, God's Son from 2002, which was his 6th album. So I'll just talk about them in the same one. I'll just put in the title. Because God's Son, again, that came out in 2002. And I'm not sure which one I liked more between the two. This one, it felt like maybe there's a little bit more production value. You know, Get Down had a bit of funky vibe to it. Interesting that it had a Jet Li reference. The Cross, that one I thought was pretty decent. Had some interesting lyrics. You too light, I shoot your freckles out. You too dark, the infrared show what the tech about. Because the beat of that reminded me of Till I Collapse from Eminem. Like, I'm like, was Till I Collapse using beats from this song? Or whatever this song was referencing? I mean, this would seem like it, but maybe that's just me. But the beat reminded me a little bit of Till I Collapse with Eminem. But I thought The Cross, I thought that was a pretty decent one. Made You Look, I like some of the lyrics in that. You a slave to my page. You're a slave to a page in my rhyme book. I thought that was a pretty good line, pretty good lyric. Zone Out, I didn't care for the sound in that. It felt like just a bunch of noise kind of happening at the same time. Different noises. I-10, that was a decent one. That was interesting. That felt like trying to be more upbeat, positive, trying to talk to kids about the dangers of getting into drugs and, you know, trying to be better. It samples Beethoven, or as Bill and Ted would say, Beethoven. It samples Beethoven and a little bit of his music, which was a nice. I thought that was a nice aspect to it. Read more, learn more, change the globe. And then you have little kids in there. I know I can be what I want to be what I want to be. I know I can be what I want to be. But it felt like a bit more, like I said, optimistic type of song. There's, I did trying to mean a bit more than, again, the typical, to the bitches, fuck those bitches, you know, suck a dick and eat the shit, and then, you know, hell. Also, there's one about his mom who had passed away called Dance. Thought that was sweet. Thought that was nice about him remembering his mom, how much he loves and misses his mom. Can't really complain about that. I thought that was a nice ode to her. And also, his references apparently had a feud with Jay-Z. I don't know the deals of the. Well, hell, I mean, why don't I just look up. Let me just look up here. It says a brief history, but then there's a shitload of paragraphs. The two New York rappers were entangled in a scalding feud for years in the late 90s and 2000s, taking jabs at each other as recently as 2018. Let me see. Let's take a look at this. In 1996, Nas reportedly failed to show up to a recording session for Jay-Z's track Bring It On from his debut record Reasonable Doubt. Nas' second album arrived a month later. His opening track, The Message, includes the first of many perceived shots at Jay-Z with Let's with TV sets with Minimum. Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt included many references to electric car. I saw Jay-Z driving a Lexus with the TVs in them. I got rid of my Lexus at that point. I was looking for the next best thing. It wasn't a shot at Jay-Z, but just saying that's the minimum you gotta have. It's not a shot at him, but inspired that line. Jay-Z sampled Nas's voice repeatedly in songs like Rap Game. Yeah, apparently just fire back and forth from song to song. I'm gonna fire back to you, you fire back at me. So it just went on for a while, apparently. I guess in 2001, Stillmatic, he had a song called Ether, which was a big diss track. I got this lot since 9-1. I am the truest. Name a rapper that ain't influenced. In 88, you were getting chased by your building, calling my crib, and I even give you my numbers. All I did was give you style for you to run with. You do emotions like bitches. What's sad is I love you because you're my brother. You trade your soul for riches. Damn. So yeah, apparently there's a big old beat between the two, and there's some references to that throughout this album as well. So, go figure. But again, I would say like my favorites here would be The Cross, I Can, and Dance. Those definitely have, each one had a unique style to it to separate from the others. That's the thing, like this one, there's a bit more uniqueness to some of the songs, so some of them stood out a bit more. While the other, to his debut, definitely much more of that old school aesthetic of rap. That the tone was, well, no, I wouldn't say the same, but old school seemed to be the meal of the day, so to speak, with that first album. But either way, I didn't mind either one. I thought they were fine. Like I said, I'm not a rapper expert at all, but seemed like he had a good voice. I wouldn't say his songs are songs I would re-listen to again, like some Eminem songs like Till I Collapse or Lose Yourself. I could re-listen to those now and really enjoy them, or Tupac Changes or other stuff, but overall, thought they were okay for what they needed to be, and definitely better than, I forget who the hell it was, the last album I reviewed that I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? It was like a newer guy. I forgot what the fuck his name was. That's how good he was. I'll take this shit over The Weeknd. That fucking guy that I don't give a shit about. At least this is shit that's not auto-tuned to death. Thank God. Kanye West sometimes would work well with the auto-tune stuff, but too many goddamn auto-tune shit nowadays. So it's nice, to listen to this older stuff that's not auto-tuned to death. But with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. These were decent to listen to. And we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.